Just once. I want everything to work. Last week was the microphone went on me, right? But it's still okay. We're here. Happy Monday. Monday, you can trust that day. That's my new slogan. Remember that song? Monday, you can't trust that day. And I'm saying you can trust that. You can trust that day. You can trust that day. Right? You can trust that day. All right, who got out there first? Usually, Paul McGuire says, great show. Well, thanks. We haven't done the show yet. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you very much for the compliment there, Paul. Thank you very much. And Carl, second time I'm seeing you today. Happy Monday to you. And Barry, good afternoon to you as well, sir. You've been out getting any more pictures? I got to get over to your Facebook and check it out. I haven't seen it in a little bit. And Domingos Fernandes is out there. Welcome home. He was home after, what was it, about 8 months, I think. And then he was home, and then he went back to the hospital. We didn't really put it out there, but now he's back home again. So overcoming obstacles, right, buddy? Congratulations on that. Oh, we're getting some hugs out here. Who gave me a hug? Dom gave me a hug. Thank you very much. Barry and Paul with the thumbs up. I appreciate all of that. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some love. And let me know you're doing okay. I could probably get this one. I still got this one. It says Happy New Year. It's probably a little late for that, right? And yes, please say hello in the comments wherever you're watching from. And, I love it when you click the like and the love button. But please click the share button. The share button is really the most important. You can share that to your groups and to your personal Facebook timeline to really, it's a free way to help me grow the show, right? Even after 10 years, we're still growing and we still want to keep spreading the word. So really appreciate that. Anita Manili is out there as well. Hello, Anita. Anita gave me a thumbs up as well. Right on. How's things in your world, Anita? Hope you're keeping well over there. And Dom said 9 months and 3 weeks. Who was counting? I'm sure you were. 9 months and 3 weeks. Good job, buddy. I'm proud of you for making it home. And yeah, we're everywhere. We're on the Video Show Network. We're on the Show with David Burrows page. We are live on LinkedIn as well. Barry says shared. Thank you very much. And Anita's saying hello. Awesome. Got to have you back here, Anita. It's always a joy talking with you. Yeah, say hello in the comments. And hey, you want to know lots of other things that are going on in the city of Sarnia. You just go to their website, sarnia.ca, a new website it's newish, like maybe a year or two now, I guess. Where's the time gone? Did you lose track of any time through, wow. I feel like the days all just go whoosh, like they just mission together. But there's lots to see on sarnia.ca. They've made it easier to find things and, things to do. I think right now, or maybe it's over, I did see something about, and it was too late before I realized it was going on, but Point Edward putting on some kind of a snow contest or something. And I didn't find out much about it, but Scott and Vicky Spinks, hello. Thank you for being here. And thanks for saying hello. I saw you I saw you online listening with my Sarnia Sting broadcast. So thanks for that. And let's get into that. Let's talk about that. First, got to say thank you to all the sponsors. Of course, all of you following me and watching. It's always fantastic. But we got to have the sponsors to keep the show going along. And we've got Hughes Intelligence, who have supported us for many, many years here on the show and at our Sarnia Sting broadcast. So thank you, Barry and his team, for all the support they've given us over the years. Also to Huron Signs, SWO, part of the AG event group of companies. Thank you so much for 10 years of support from Guy and his team at AG Event Graphics. Joe's Discount Tire, been on here for about 4 years now, supporting us. And they are part of the ones that helped us get the show on the go, my van, right? So huge shout out to Joe's Discount Tire, where you can get your all seasons tires, your winter tires. You really need to get the right tires, right? And just go over and find them just below the overpass at Indian Road there, and tell them David Burrows sent you. And of course, our Tourism Sarnia Lambton always, we've been like community partners for many years, but they've officially come on board and supporting us here on the show, and as well as at our Sarnia Sting broadcast as well. And Tourism Sarnia Lambton, it's about time we have Mark Perrin back here to talk to us about what's going on. So thank you again to all of our sponsors. We'll go back now to who else is out there. Oh, Corinne's saying hello again. Yes, hello again. I was live somewhere else earlier today. And all right. We may or may not. My first guest, Shirley Roebuck from the Ontario Health Coalition, is not sure she's going to make it here. I think she's having some technical difficulties. So hopefully my other guest can come on a little bit sooner. You might have to just listen and talk to me, right? Who's got something they want to share? The Happy Neighborhood Project. What is that? What is the Happy Neighborhood Project? There you go. Dom, do you want to come on and join me? Are you able to come on and join me? Hello, Jesse. How are you, Jess? Are you working today, Jess? What's the gas prices, all that? $134.2. Wow. Is that good? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. I just put it in. Like, you got to have the gas, right? Got lots going on here. I'm self-producing. And there you go. I am. Yeah, send me an inbox. Yeah, Dom, I just sent you the link. You can join me, buddy. Come on in and give us an update, and we're going to. So change of plans here. Dom's going to join me as my first guest, just having some technical difficulties. Coming up a little bit later, though, Noelle Frank is going to join me. I've known Noelle for many years, lovely young lady, and she is going to talk. It's National Burn Awareness Week. Did you even know there was such a thing, right? And she's going to talk about her tragic accident that she had 5 years ago, actually. And she's going to come on and talk about that. And she's going to talk about her experience. And she's going to talk about National Burn Awareness Week. Look at that. Dom hopping on just like that. You're like master live streamer.
Absolutely, Dave. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thanks for filling in. You're
no problem.
You're home sweet home.
Yeah. I'm back home from my home away from home.
Right. Yeah, well, they got to know you pretty good up there at the Blue Otter Health over 9 months.
Yeah, they did. And they did a fantastic job in taking care of me. And they informed me when I first went in and had this tracheostomy done. Hey, Jesse, that it almost was the end of me. Because there was an emergency tracheostomy.
Yes.
So, but as always, I always do bounce back. Here I am.
Well, you've overcome a lot of battles, buddy, and you and I have had lots of conversations over time about this, and we've had some hard conversations about it too, and those not so nice conversations that have to be had, and you just keep going. And I Jennifer and I were talking about you behind your back the other day. I said, boy, I don't know where he gets it, but he just goes, right? And that's awesome that you've been able to do it. You've done so much. You wrote a book a while back. And how's that book going for you?
It's done pretty decent. I've actually already made a contribution to the MS Society. I think the sum was $500.16.
Wow.
That's not only from my book sales. There's also I raised some money when I performed with Derek last October at Refined Fool there. I raised an extra like $112.
Nice.
And that was included. So the MS Society appreciated that.
How does that make you feel to know that you can look somebody right in the eye and you can say, I am an Amazon published book author?
It's actually I don't take pride in it. I'm more humbled by it. And I appreciate everybody that buys the book. And I've talked to quite a few people who have bought it, and they've said that it's inspired them not to give up on things that they're going through in their own lives. So, and I appreciate that.
So you've been able to have an impact.
Yes.
You and I talk about that's kind of one of my favorite words, that impact that you can have on people.
Mm-hmm.
When you wrote the book, did you think that you would have as much of an impact as you have, or did you think, well, I'll have a little bit of impact, but did you realize it'd be at this level?
No, not really. I just thought, I'm a published author. I got a beautiful story, but I didn't think it would have the impact that it's had. Excuse me. So October 11th this year will be actually the 2-year anniversary of my book.
Has it been that long? Wow, I guess yeah. Time flew by there, and I know you had a lot of help putting that book together, and it came out, and it was it's a nice read. I still have it over on my other desk over there. So
yeah, I still have to sign it for you.
Yeah, that's right. You came to my party, and then we kind of went different directions and forgot all about it, right? But that's okay. I guess. So now you're back home. Are you allowed to have guests, or am I allowed to come visit you, or what's the protocol?
Excuse me. I'm allowed to have guests now, so and it's a great feeling. I do have a new girlfriend. We are childhood sweethearts. And we just reconnected last November, just after 30 plus years.
Wow.
And we've been together since, and she's fantastic, and she wants to learn everything there is to know, excuse me, about my trach, and I do have a feeding tube, just a supplement, because I still eat by mouth,
right?
But I just have to be more careful. But the tube feed is a supplement, and it's going to be with me for the rest of my life. And so same with the tracheostomy.
Right.
And I'm not on top of writing the book. In the last couple of days, I actually just completed writing lyrics to a song, and Derek's going to help me write some music for it. But I'm going to keep that to myself for right now until we have it completed, and then we'll share it with everybody.
You're teasing us, man.
And Derek's going to be on the Talking MS show this Thursday, and we're going to be talking about his music and stuff, and give my tattoo artist a little bit of a promotion, plus promote the official authors gala and book launch for Rose Gold Publishing for all the authors from 2020 to present, which is happening April 16th.
Right. Well, and speaking of Talking MS, I know that was a show that originally I'd come over and kind of helped you get started up with that, but you've really taken on the live streaming. Even from the hospital, you were able to. They didn't let you bring this flashy sign home, though, eh?
Oh yeah, it's right behind me. Actually, I just.
Is it?
Yeah, my camera's kind of angled off kilter a bit, but I do have the sign.
I'm kind of jealous. I don't have one of those. I want to know where I can get one.
Yeah, the respiratory, or not respiratory, but rec therapy actually made it for me with the dollar store lighting. So, and it just says Dom Show. But I want to get one made up that says Talking MS. so I can have it up on the wall behind me.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And you can't see on my freezer behind me, but I have the poster that I got from your 10-year anniversary party with Gary and Colin. So that was a pleasure meeting them.
Yeah, and you met here. We got Carl. You got to meet Carl in person at the show too, right?
And actually, when I went to the grocery store not this Saturday, past Saturday before, I actually met Barry Loxton and his wife.
Yep, yep.
So it was a pleasure to meet them both.
So you've been, for a guy who's really had all these obstacles, you've still been able to get around pretty good.
Yeah, and I still, as you can see, use my left arm.
Yep, yeah.
So, and like you, I'm producing my own shows. I've been using the Be Live tutorials to understand it more, and now I've figured out a bunch more options that are available, and I can't wait. This Thursday, the show is going to be a blast.
Right on. Well, congratulations on all the successes that you've done here, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Talking MS show. Yeah. We've got a few more minutes here before my next guest comes on. But let's keep talking about karaoke. Was always something. I mean, that's originally how you and I met way back in the day.
Yes.
And I don't know. I think we've been friends for at least 25 years now. I've lost track.
Coming up on my birthday, it'll be 28.
28 years. Wow. You're old.
I'll be 46.
Wow. 46 years old.
Yeah. And I got 3 grandbabies.
Yeah. Now, speaking of karaoke, you still do karaoke, but you're doing it online, and you were doing that all through being at the hospital. Is that part of what has kept you going, Dom?
It kept me stay positive. It helped me stay positive. And music, even though if it's only a 3 to 5 minute song, it's an escape from reality. So you don't have to deal with all the BS that's going on in the world. So and I still run my karaoke pools.
Yeah,
which the new one starts this Wednesday, and people can find it in quarantine sessions if they would like to vote. There's 14 songs. You can vote for 10 of the 14.
Yeah, I see you share that into my Facebook group as well, and you really get you've gained some followers out of that, like from the quarantine sessions and to just when you go live. Now, the other day, like I saw, were you doing like kind of an early Valentine's gift?
Yeah, I did an early Valentine's song for my girlfriend. I sang Josh Turner's "Your Man,"
right?
And that's a beautiful song.
Yes, it is. And so, like, you're kind of wooing the girlfriend there, are you, singing to her?
Well, her brother-in-law kind of gets frustrated because he tries to top me. And a little short, funny story.
Go ahead.
We're having a conversation, and I said, what was the line that MC Hammer said? Too legit to quit? And he said, well, Run DMC said, you can't, no, MC Hammer, you can't touch this. And he said, Run DMC said, too legit to quit. I said, no, that was MC Hammer. That's off his album, Please Hammer, don't hurt him. And he's just like, man, I can't win.
So you got a little friendly karaoke competition going on there. Trying to one-up each other, right?
Well, we try to one-up each other, but I always get the upper hand because I go live and he doesn't.
Right. So is he going to be brave and go live one of these times, you think?
No,
he won't do it.
No, he won't do it. I tried to convince my girlfriend to do a duet with me, but she won't go live.
No? Well, she probably just, I mean, what lady doesn't like their man to sing to them, right? I mean, that's...
Yeah. She loves it when I sing. She tells me, and same with a lot of people in quarantine sessions, that I have more of a voice for country.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you do sing a lot of, you sing a lot of country, but you sing a lot of, you're pretty eclectic though. I mean, like,
Anything from the 50s to the early 2000s.
yeah, because you're doing like Billy Ray Cyrus and,
Yep.
Josh Turner, and you're doing Tragically Hip, and
I've done Conway Twitty. I've done Neil Young,
yeah,
Leonard Skinner.
right. So yeah, you're pretty eclectic.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I love music, all types. Not a real big fan of blues and jazz, but I will listen to it.
Yeah, yeah. Dom, I mean, I know your story pretty well and close, but what's the one thing that's really kept you going? I mean, I think a lot of people, it's easy to quit, right? I mean, that's the easy way that's the easy doorway.
Anybody can quit, but what keeps me going is my family and my friends. They're a big part of my life.
Yeah. They've been a great support. I know your family, you're close with your family. They've been a great support network for you, right?
Yes. And my best friend, Chantel. She's been a big support for me as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Chantel's great. She's, she kind of likes you.
Yeah. Well, we've been best friends coming up on 8 years, I think.
Yeah.
So, but she's amazing, and her kids are great.
Well, it's good to be surrounded with the right people, right? I mean,
yeah, you have to surround yourself with the right people, and always try to keep a positive mindset, because once you let that go, things just start to cascade and fall to pieces real quick.
There you go. Corinder's out there saying we need to do our show back. What do you think about that? Are you going to be doing more?
Absolutely. We're going to be restarting Your Favorite Disabilities, True Stories with Corinder and Domingos. When Corinder's not busy doing his Amazon shows, we'll have to figure out a day that we can actually do the show.
There you go. You're a busy guy. And just before, I'm going to move on in a moment here, Dom, but most recently you've looked into being taking a course at the college. Is that right?
Yes, I actually just contacted the college today to start the application process for social work.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I figure with my knowledge of mental health through my own personal experience, and I have a lot to offer that line of work.
I agree.
I would apply at the 3 major places here in town: St. Clair Child and Youth, Blue Water Health, and the Family Counseling Center.
Awesome. I don't see why not. I mean, there's nothing stopping you, right?
I've still got even more to go yet, and I'm still going to be working on that clothing line.
A clothing line?
Yep.
Because you're not busy enough.
No, keeping myself busy keeps me positive.
Right on. Well, you are one of the most positive friends I have, and I know, and you've inspired me, and you've gotten me through more than you probably realize as well, buddy. So
I appreciate that.
Very happy to call you my friend. Very proud to call you my friend, and I'm proud of everything you've done. And thanks for jumping in here and helping me out here today.
Anytime you need me, I'm here, Dave.
You are. I love you, buddy. Take care.
Love you too, man. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
My very good friend, dear friend, Dom Fernandes, jumping in there. His story about MS. You can get his book on Amazon, and he talks about his journey with MS, which is still continuing. And the last 9 months and a bit was not the most pleasant experience for him, but he just pushed through and kept going through. So get his book on Amazon, and portions of his book on Amazon will be donated, as he already has once, to the MS Society of Canada. And he just wants to keep impacting people. And you heard now he's getting signed up at Lambton College to take the social work program. So no doubt in my mind we'll see him graduate from that program. All right, going on to my next guest. As I mentioned earlier, it is Burn Awareness Week. Did you even know that that was a thing? Well, my dear friend, Noelle Frank. Nice to see you, sort of, Noelle. You don't have any, your mic's not on. Everybody's having a techie day today. It's okay. It's not just you. Now it shows you're muted. So you might have to go into the bottom where it says cam mic and change, and then go into audio and then change your microphone to the proper microphone. Nope. Nope.
Hello?
Now I hear you.
Oh, good. Okay. My goodness.
Is that like did your heart start going? You go like, oh my goodness.
It did, and I even had I even had my friend set this up for me.
Well, we'll blame him.
Myself.
I saw him sneaking in there. I will blame him.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for joining me here today. And like I said, nice to sort of see you. I haven't seen you in person in a while, but you've been busy though.
Yeah. Well,
As busy as you can be with this stuff going on.
Right. Yeah. I think we're all kind of in the same spot, but yeah, I'm working in real estate, which I'm just loving. I'm working with the Blue Coast team.
Yes.
Sean and Hillary Ryan, which I'm sure you know them. So
yeah, they're great.
Yeah, it's a great team, and it's a really good. I just got my license in the summer, as I
congratulations.
It earlier. Yeah, thanks.
That was a bit of a switch for you, right? Like tell everybody, like, what were you doing before that?
Oh my goodness. Well, see, I've done sales for a long time. I did pharmaceutical sales. I worked for Gatorade. I did a lot of sales where I traveled like around southwestern Ontario. And then I shifted over to work in the community. I actually was a coordinator for Job Pass. So I helped people gain employment, people with a disability gain employment in the community. So I'm a very empathetic person, and I love to help others. So that was a great job, but I kind of missed the sales role. So then, and so many people said, Noelle, you should really think about real estate. And I thought, what the heck? So now here we are.
And I know you're doing great. I follow you on Instagram. Just because I just love your positivity that you put out. I mean, I know it's real estate, but you're really selling more than real estate. You're putting out positivity, and you're a community advocate. It's fun to watch your Instagram. You do some really fun stuff. Yeah.
It's actually really good because it gives me an avenue to advocate for burn awareness. And whenever I'm showing houses, especially to the young first-time home buyers that are just starting with little babies, and we're in the kitchen, and I'll often take that opportunity to say, make sure that you're really careful because this happened to me. And so many people I share my story with, they're like, yep, when I'm cooking, I always think of you.
Yeah.
So,
and that's a really important place to mention that, not for just the obvious reasons of the stove, but that's the number one cause of fires is unattended cooking. And then, so that can lead to other things. And with the little ones running around, for sure, you've got to keep an eye on that.
Right. So I had my, 30% of my body, second and third degree burns, actually from scalds, which a lot of people aren't aware of. Right away, you think about burns, you think about them caused by fire. Right. But I was making pasta and bought in a pot. I went to set it down, and then it wasn't firmly on the counter, and it tipped over from about my hip all the way down to my feet. So it was just the most excruciating thing, and I just don't want anybody else to go through it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, I'm just going to stop you there for a second because you shared some pictures with me.
Yeah.
And we're going to share them here. I'll give everybody fair warning, like this just cautious of what we're going to show you here is pretty tragic, right? So we just want to give everybody a quick heads up. So take a look here. So these are your legs, right?
Yeah.
And this is like skin is just gone. Like what? Tell us a little bit about this, what we're looking at here, and what you call it.
That's kind of like through the process of what they call debridement. So, which is one of the most excruciating parts of, you know, going through being a burn survivor is the dressing changes. Like it's a chronic condition. It's not just acute. It happens, and then, you know, a couple weeks later, it's years and years of recovery. And at that point, that was just daily dressing changes where the nurses have to, you know, clean down. They were cleaning down my legs with the saline solution, and then, you know, putting like cream on them, and then wrapping, and then just the air hitting your fresh skin. It just was enough to make you want to pass out, like, because all the nerves are exposed. And so yeah, that's a process of several months there, just skin regenerating. And it only took a second. That's the thing. It was just 2 seconds in the kitchen, not paying attention, right?
So let me okay, so obviously there's been a long road to recovery here for you. It's been 5 years now.
Will be in May.
In May, so are you still in some recovery, or are you at where you're going to be as far as the wounds?
Well, everything is closed over and healed, thank goodness. I've had extensive recovery, because I've been lucky enough. I've had burn treatments for about the past 4 years, like laser reconstruction.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually was one of the few treatments that would allow my skin to close over, because it was just like tissue paper. Like in the early stages of healing, like if I just brushed up against something, my skin would just break open all over again. So it was really disheartening. But now, as far as the recovery, I don't think I'm continuing with the laser anymore. I could keep going if I want to, but it could take a couple more years. There's just a point when you're like, I can't take it anymore. It's very painful each time. It's about 2 hours of treatment every 8 weeks.
So,
and
so what's been the most painful part of this recovery?
I would have to say, like, the dressing changes it's all just been so awful, right? Like initially, like not being able to dress myself or even like bathe myself, not being able to take my dog, who's like, she's my life, my little dog Pumpkin. I'm sure you see her on my
that's your child.
That's right, Dave. Yeah, I don't have kids, so she's like it for me. And just not even being able to, take Pumpkin for walks or really have any independence for months, just in a split second. That's the message I really want to get across, is just always be careful. I was stressed out that day. My dad, he's had some health issues, and at that point I was crying that day at work and just really sad. And then in the kitchen, I wasn't fully, I guess, paying attention. It can happen to anybody. It can happen to...
We daydream a little. We get distracted.
Oh, God.
Right?
Yeah. Especially like parents who have their kids in sports. God, I have so many friends, and their schedules are crazy, and they're just rushing home. And one of the fastest things to make is pasta, because it's quick. And that's when burns happen, when you're in a hurry.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you've come through a lot for sure. I do remember when that first happened. I remember thinking, OMG, like this poor young lady, like, and what about, can I ask you about the mental health side of all of this?
Sure.
Because, I imagine that, Well, yeah, I know you do. You like to get dressed up and you like to go out, and you had to, that kind of thing alone, really. You had to
Yeah,
adjust that. But what was it? Was how did you deal with all of that, and what were you dealing with?
I just luckily I just had so much support from the community. Like there's so many people that were advocating for me and sending me messages on Sarnia Fire and Rescue. Like I partnered with them, and they actually helped send me to the World Burn Conference,
Yeah.
which that year was in Grand Rapids, so it was close enough that it wasn't too expensive to fly or anything. And that was really a turning point in my recovery. Was um, being around other people who've gone through the same thing, and one of the really neat things, when because I came alone, and when you walk into the conference, people just come up to you and they say, "Could I give you a hug?" I'm like, "Sure," because I love hugs.
Yeah, you're a huggy person.
Yeah, but at first you're a little like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And that was their thing, was to give hugs, and I got so many hugs that weekend. And just a lot of times after my accident, I felt like, I guess if you want to talk about mental health, was just questioning myself. Noelle, like how could this happen to you? Like, why weren't you paying attention? um yeah, you get down on yourself over
Sure.
something that woulda, coulda, shoulda is just not a good mindset or mind frame. I never think that at all in life, because there's no point. Like I've just always been, people know me as happy and try
Yeah.
to stay positive. And when people think, "Oh, you could have got down," well, I could have lost my leg. I came very close, so I could have think you could think, "Oh God, I've got these hideous scars, but I have my leg. I have
Well,
both legs."
I can still walk.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm good, but I just don't want anybody to go through the pain, right? People might see me and think, "Oh, she's always got a smile on her face," but a lot of people couldn't get through it the way that I did, because I had so much support.
Yeah. Well, the support, and honestly, as long as I've known you, you've always been a very positive spirit, right? And you do. You
Mhm.
always smile, and you're the kind of person people want to see, because there's a smile, right? That's just so. And I know that that's one of the reasons why you had so much support, because you attract that to you. You attract the positivity towards you from hanging around the right people, that sort of thing,
I
and
learned from the best, Dave.
there you go. See how she does that, folks. But it's true, right? When you surround yourself with the right people and stay positive, great things can happen, and you really have overcome a lot there. Now, I saw out in the community, or I guess it was on Instagram. You were at the fire station recently too, and you got some pictures taken, or was that from last year?
Yeah, that was actually from a couple of years ago. COVID has really thrown
Yeah,
off any kind of burn advocacy that I can do outside of social media. Mike Otis is my contact over there at
yeah,
Sarnia
Mike's
Fire and
great.
Rescue. He's pretty cool, dude. So we had plans. Like the first couple of years, it took me a while to just get comfortable. Really, I would tell anybody who asked me about my story. Um, but it took me a while to think, okay, I want to go into the schools and I want to talk to kids outside of my immediate like group,
Yeah,
my sphere of influence, I guess you would say. And then when I really thought about it, that was right at the start of COVID. I was ready to get out there with Mike and go out into the community, and then
yeah.
that happened. So at least we can spread the word through Facebook and Instagram, and then hopefully next year, I'm hoping to go back to the World Burn Conference. They're
Yeah.
not doing that in person either, but
So you want to take this on and really like be a huge advocate for this.
oh
Um,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I just it's the kind of pain and recovery you wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy. Honestly, it's just
right.
Yeah.
Hillary Ryan's out there and she's saying hello. She says, "You're the reason I'm more cautious in the kitchen, Noelle Frank." Well, there's a great compliment. Thanks for showing up here today, Hillary. And really, that's a big part of what you're doing, right? Is we wouldn't necessarily think about it, like
That's right.
I remember and like Mike, I learned that all those causes of fires in the kitchen, I learned that from him, right? And same with like turning your handles of your pots inward on your stove instead of hanging off to the side, right? I
Oh,
wouldn't
definitely.
think of those things.
That's a huge one. That's one that a lot of people already know, but there's so many little ones, and I'll be sharing little tips all week long. This is like my week to shine, like to really get the word out,
Yeah,
although I do it all year round. But just little things like you wouldn't believe how many children under the age of 5 that I've met that were they had scalds, which is really high incidence in kids that
yeah,
young, and just stuff like if you've got your microwave and it's high above the counter and kids are maybe heating up a cup of soup or and reaching into that microwave can tip over easy. There's so many tips, so that's what I'm going to share this week.
well, that's awesome. Well, you're easy to talk to, so and people will want to listen to you. So
Mm,
I think you're doing a great job of being the advocate for it so far, and I'm sure you're going to do great big things with it. But I really would like to talk, I want to move on to something else with you, but
oh
before we do, is there any other points you want to put out there?
yeah,
Here,
no,
this is your
I'm
time.
good. No, you go ahead.
Well, this is just, is this the real estate pose right here?
See, you know what? It's kind of in that picture. I am showing my leg,
Yeah,
but the photographer I think edited it out.
right.
But I've asked to get the photo that actually shows my entire leg, so
Yeah.
people can see. You can still live a full life with scars and all that stuff. But I want people to see, like, oh my God, look what happened to you, and then that parlays into me talking about my story.
Yeah. Well,
So,
that's great that you're willing to do that, And the one thing that comes to my mind about that is I think a lot of times, when we look at somebody, you saw my friend Dom on there earlier.
mhm,
He's been in a wheelchair for a long time, and him and I have talked about it. People look and stare. We tend to look at what we consider the odd, I guess, right? But you're okay with people asking you, saying, "What happened to your leg?"
well, and this took me a while to get to that point.
Yeah,
My scars they're looking pretty great. Initially they were not, so I was lucky enough to get I had a friend start up a GoFundMe for me, and a lot of people in the community supported me, and those laser treatments were extremely expensive.
right.
So,
Yeah,
um,
that's not all hip covered, right?
oh my God, that's another thing. Like, there's just so many things I could talk about so that people don't have to go through this. But no, none of it is. They kind of, they kind of just wrap you up and send you home. Really, it's amazing.
Wow. So there's well, we can talk about it. We got some more time if you want. The OHIP thing, like the treatments, like where do you go for that?
Well, gosh. So I had a nurse that came to my home daily for the dressing changes. And then Sarnia we don't have a burn unit, um, which is really unbelievable with, the plants and like steam burns in the
Well,
plant.
yeah.
It's just, God, it hurts my heart to think about that. Like, the fact that you have to get sent off to London, and they didn't send me there directly. I actually had a nurse maybe 2 3 weeks in, and she said, Noelle, like, you've got what looks like a really, this is a bad infection, and like you could lose your leg if you need to get yourself to the burn center in London, and you need to see like a plastic surgeon and someone who specializes in burns.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
Yeah, see, and I wouldn't have known that. Thanks for sharing. I just because we have a great health facility here in Sarnia.
Yeah.
It's so I was just kind of surprised to hear that we don't, but maybe that's something in the future.
I mean, God, I would love to help spearhead something like that. It's, when you go into emerge, they just never know what they're going to get. And that's the thing with burns is it was such a large area of my body, and they were just kind of unsure, like, what should we do? I heard about it after the fact.
Right,
My
right.
friend's
Okay, gotcha.
nurse. So, but anyway, I was lucky that because I had a whole team of nurses coming in to take care of me. And lucky enough, the one nurse who did my daily dressing changes, she wasn't available that day. And then I got another one. And then she's the one who said, like, you gotta go to,
Yeah. Well, I guess it's one of those things you don't know what to do until it happens to you. All of a sudden, you got all this stuff to figure out, right? And what do I do? Where do I go? Who should I be? Yeah.
That's right. So as far as all the treatment, that's when I started getting good treatment, and then they measured me for compression garments. Got me in touch with the physiotherapist on the burn. I spent a lot of time in the burn unit, and a lot of other survivors. So it's good when you can share stories with someone. Because when I was doing recovering at home, it was, on my own, and then waiting for the nurses to come. And before the bandage changes, that was the one thing. I had to take so much morphine just to be able to go these dressing changes.
Wow.
So,
well, Noelle, I thank you so much for sharing your story, because I think it is important. One that I learned, I'd heard this happen to you years ago, but I didn't really know. And I've just been educated. So that's part of what you're doing.
That really makes me happy, really happy. Thank you so much for having me on.
And you're welcome back anytime. And it doesn't have to be about National Burn Awareness Week. I know you do other things in the community as well. So happy to share that. And shout out to your real estate team again. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Blue Coast team.
Yeah, awesome. And you're doing great things in the world of real estate as well. So congratulations on that. And go follow her on Instagram. It's Noelle Frank Realtor, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Awesome. Go follow her on Instagram and learn more about National Burn Awareness Week. I Googled it, and there's all kinds of links out there talking about it. So people can go find out that information.
Yeah, like I said, the fire department, Sarnia Fire and Rescue, they're all going to be sharing my tips and tricks all week. So
awesome.
Hopefully people share those posts and get the word out. Just be careful.
You be careful too. Thanks so much, Noelle. Appreciate you so much. And stay safe out there. And I'm looking forward to the next time I can see you in person. All right?
In person.
That's right. Thanks, Noelle. Take care.
Okay, bye, Dave.
Noelle Frank, I've known her for years, and she's always had that positive attitude, and she just brought that forward here, which is fantastic. You can't go wrong with a nice smile and a positive attitude, right? And that's what we like to talk about here. So National Burn Awareness Week on till the 12th this week. Follow her on Instagram. We'll post the links on my Facebook after the show, but Instagram, Noelle Frank Realtor, and watch out for her tips and tricks for Burn Awareness Week. I want to say thank you also to my friend Domingos Fernandes for coming on kind of last minute and sharing his story. I've been meaning to have him back, so there we go. We did that. And thanks to all of you, as always, for following. I really look forward to Mondays so I can come here and share with you and learn from you as well. And I appreciate all the comments and gestures during the show as well. And again, thanks to all of our sponsors and supporters. Next time you'll see me, I will be at the Sarnia Sting doing my live broadcast from there as well on Wednesday as they get ready to take on the Guelph Storm. They had a pretty good weekend, 5-2 originally against Erie Otters. They lost, but they were down yesterday, and took it to the Windsor Spitfires and won 6-2 there. So still opportunities for the Sarnia Sting. So I'll see you on Wednesday. But that's all the time I got for you this week. Have a great week and an even better weekend. I will see you next time right here on the show. And bye for now.